KUAM first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Hafaday Guam, I'm Tomas Maglonia. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Weekend Edition. He's accused of a litany of crimes ranging from tens of thousands of dollars in stolen items to the sexual assault of a child. And according to a magistrate's complaint, Freddy Cuevas Suswico is going to blame anything he told police on meth. The alleged crimes stretch back to 2020, starting with more than $3,000 worth of stolen tires, followed by almost $60,000 of items from a warehouse. The crime spree continued with more stolen vehicles, trailers, and other items, many of which were stolen from the Yamaha store back in 2021. Fast forward to 2022, Suswico is the man alleged to have stolen thousands of dollars worth of items from an electronics store in Tamuning. In June, an 8-year-old victim reported Suswico had sexually assaulted her twice, and this month he allegedly stole a motorcycle and was later arrested on July 26, telling police he had ice in his pocket. This is just a snapshot of his alleged crimes. According to court documents, he recanted his statement, saying he will tell the court that he was unaware of what he said during the interview and that he will deny everything because he was currently high on methamphetamine. Suswico is facing 13 counts of theft of a motor vehicle, 8 counts of theft of property, 1 count of theft by receiving, 2 counts of burglary, 1 count of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, as well as first and second degree criminal sexual conduct. And for this week's Crime of the Week, the Guam Crime Stoppers is asking the public's assistance relative to a hit and run in the village of Dededo. Here's GPD Sergeant Paul Tapao.
Hafaday, I'm Sergeant Paul Tapao, your Guam Crime Stoppers Coordinator, and this is your Crime of the Week. The Guam Crime Stoppers and traffic investigators assigned to GPD's Highway Patrol Division are seeking the assistance from the community relative to an auto pedestrian crash that occurred on Route 3 NCS Road in Dededo by Swamp Road. Preliminary police report suggests that the male pedestrian was walking on the northbound shoulder roadway when an unknown vehicle, which was traveling on the outer northbound lane, struck the pedestrian and fled the scene. As a result of the crash, the male pedestrian had succumbed to his injuries and was later pronounced deceased. Should anyone who may have witnessed this crash or may have any information that can aid our investigators, you're kindly asked to submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All tip information will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
And with the primary election less than a month away, we've been making our way around the island, speaking with island residents on what issues matter to them and what are their biggest concerns. Canvassing with KUAM continues as Daniel Perez spoke with a PD native and a nurse from Tamuning.
It's a decision that stunned the nation. The overturning of Roe v. Wade is one of the most divisive decisions in modern history, and island residents too are in the thick of it. For this upcoming election, PD resident Patricia Perry hopes candidates can finally come to a decision regarding the issue.
Some group introduced this bill, the heartbeat bill, and we would like to have that on the floor to have voted on by the senators, incumbent senators. And we just really want to promote life from conception to natural death, because we view life as, without life, every issue is unimportant, right? It's meaningless. We really would like to promote the issue of life, that we would like to have abortion outlawed and all anti-life laws will be eliminated.
Agnes White from the village of Tamuning has been a registered nurse for more than 3 decades. She too was on the side of protecting the life of an unborn child.
I see signs in the other camp, abortion is healthcare. As a nurse who has done crisis pregnancy counseling, as a nurse who has done post-abortion counseling as well, this is certainly not true. I've had my share of nurses, of individuals, of women who have been suicidal, who have been depressed, who have suffered from infertility as a result of having an abortion. And these people need our help.
But other than reproductive health care, White would like to see senatorial hopefuls or even the governor address the island's healthcare system as a whole.
We need access to health care as well as affordable health care. And I believe this can be done through a private-public partnership. The government can't handle all this. We need sustainable programs that will help those who really need their help, get better and become well and live healthy lifestyles. So we definitely need a partnership with public and private entities for affordable health care, to address disparities in health care, to have robust, sustainable programs, especially related to non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and the like.
One other issue Patricia Perry wants senators to talk about is the island's homeless situation, which she says is out of hand.
I grew up here in Guam, and we have never been inundated with so much homelessness since growing up as a child. We never really encountered anybody standing there asking for. And since I've been more aware of, the realities of issues, I see the homeless situation has increased, and it's heartbreaking. You see these people who are out there with their little children. We need to work on that because it's going to get worse if we do not, start addressing it.
Daniel Perez reporting for KUAM News.
All right, thanks, Daniel. And a Guam visionary in architecture and engineering was posthumously awarded the Magahaga Award today as his misty-eyed family was embraced by the community on Friday. Andrew Tenorio Laguana passed away on July 14 this year. He was 71.
All these buildings, when we were driving over here, these buildings hold his spirit.
For the past 45 years, the late Andrew Laguana helped build Guam, setting the foundation for some iconic sites, from designing the Guam Museum to renovating JFK.
So every time you pass by these buildings, please think of him.
He was known by many as Andy. The 1968 FD grad's work in leadership spans from San Francisco, California, to right here at home, where he returned in 1990 to bring his ideas to life and breathe life into the buildings on island. On Friday, his wife Joanne accepted the Magahaga Award from Adelup in his honor.
We will miss Andy. We will miss his, like Josh said, his acumen, his love for his people forever, and he will be remembered. So our deepest condolences again, and we are a very grateful Guam and island as a result of all the contributions he has made to pursue the best of our people.
The governor described his work as defining Guam's building environment and a guide to future architectural and engineering professions on island.
He knew that the people of Guam, the Chamorro people, can aspire and do whatever they could do. With the right resources and the right opportunities, they definitely could do so much.
He had his hand in many community service projects, reflecting his heart for his home.
My dad has really big plans for Guam, and I feel like he left his mark here on this island, and I know a lot of you have approached me saying there's still more to be done.
And all seems to be going well at the new monoclonal antibody infusion center, now located at the Paseo Stadium. At yesterday's COVID-19 meeting, Public Health's interim chief, Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero, shared how the MAB treatments have been going so far.
What's today? Thursday? Tuesday. They had 5 yesterday, and they're scheduled for, I think, 5 today. So it's starting to pick up. This is to help offload the hospitals, because they were doing like anywhere from 5 to 15 per day. So, and people generally don't want to go to the hospital, so this is a good alternative they can go to.
Before opening the new MAB infusion center, only the Guam Memorial Hospital and Guam Regional Medical City offer the treatment. As we reported, the monoclonal antibodies are used to treat mild to moderate COVID symptoms. The infusion center is open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 4. If you're experiencing symptoms, consult with your doctor to find out if you qualify for the MAB therapy. And the genomic sequencing machine that detects the presence of the SARS-CoV-2 and its variants could be operational soon, according to Public Health Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero.
Hopefully we'll get our genome sequencing machine up within a week or two so that we don't have to depend on getting information from Hawaii or CDC. So we're working hard and trying to establish that genome sequencing here.
He said the only thing that needs to be done is put out a bid to build an airtight wall
We're
around
trying
the
to work
space that's housing
with
it.
DPW and trying to get a contractor to try to put up the wall that's airtight. That's the big issue. We have the space, we have the machine, we have the supply. We just don't have the wall.
The genome sequencing machine will be contained inside Public Health's lab in Tamuning. Public Health had the machine for quite some time, but needed to train on how to properly use it. Don't go away, we'll have more news after the break.
Lunches, snacks, we got diapers for baby girl. Oh, 7:15, we gotta go. Bread, milk, gas for work. Remember to grab Joe Boy a birthday present. Half a day.
Hey, Molly, how much do you pay for daycare for the kids?
Over $600 a month. It's expensive.
Did you hear about the governor's program that covers up to $675 a month for childcare?
Whoa, that would be a lifesaver with the rising cost of everything.
Check guamchildcare.com to apply. We qualified. I even booked an appointment for someone to walk me through the process.
guamchildcare.com. Okay, thanks. I'll apply today.
This ad is paid for with federal funds administered by DPHSS.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
We are all in this together.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
And for this week's Culture Club, it's a special edition of Mariana Speaks featuring poet Paven Blas. Take a listen.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropical Ice.
So this poem's called Perspective. I've always walked with giants. My whole life was spent looking up and knowing that I was an ant scaling trees. You can do two things with this knowledge. Live your life in fear of your own insignificance, or revel in the small space in which you exist. To know the world doesn't revolve around you is humbling. Suddenly your worries become trifling, the weight on your shoulders bearable. To be small is to realize how big the world is, to want to explore the unknown, to climb every mountain, descend every valley. Understand that your life isn't the movie, but a mere scene in the greatest story. What will you do with your time? How will you contribute to the tale? Live life in the realization that this world is vast and you, thankfully, are not. My name is Paven Blas. I'm from Manilao. I work at Tidzin High School as a English teacher for mostly sophomores. So it's called Perspective, and it's kind of basically about that. It's about my perspective and how that has changed over time. I really thought about it when I traveled to the States with my family and we went to go see the sequoia trees over in California. And there were just these like huge trees that have existed for like 500 years. And, you know, looking at them, I couldn't help but feel like really small. I felt like I was in kindergarten or something, and just like looking at all the tall kids and all the upper classes. And it's like, You know, my whole life, 26 years compared to the 800 to 1,000 years this tree has been around. It's like, what do I matter in that small bit? But at the same time, it's like knowing how short life is and how limited of a time you have. It offers that kind of freedom where you can't be afraid to do the things that you want to do, and you have to exist in that small space. I was a really quiet kid growing up. I had been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, but I wasn't very talkative. It was just more of, I was on the side just observing everything. And for the longest time, I really didn't know what to do with all these things that I was observing. And then when I got into college, I found English and I found writing, and it just became an outlet for me. And I started off writing these really short stories, but I found that my mind would keep drifting to all these random thoughts that I couldn't really put into a really cohesive narrative. So poetry just seemed like kind of the logical step to go from there. Pretty much anything that kind of comes to me at the moment. A lot of it revolves around nature. A lot of it revolves around how I relate to nature. Things come and go pretty fast. My train of thought gets lost really, really fast. So I tend to just keep everything on my cell phone. And anytime I have a thought throughout the day, I'll just take it down in my notes. And then when I go home, I'll kind of sit down and kind of just unpack like random sentences that I write. And sometimes it turns into pieces. Sometimes it just stays there for a little bit. Sometimes I'll come back a month or two later, and you know, whatever happens, happens. I would just say don't try and follow anyone's template, man. It's just, writing is a very personal thing. It's a very personal experience. You know, some people can write for 30 minutes a day. Some people can write for 5 minutes a day. Sometimes you're like me, and sometimes you just don't write for months, and then it hits you, and then you gotta write. So you just gotta go with your own pace and find your own flow, and don't let anything dictate you. It's what you feel. If you want to read any of my poems, you can go ahead and check out my Instagram page, Burn Before Reading. I post as frequently as I can, and I'm trying to get better at it. But that's about it for now. It's all still growing, and it's all kind of still in that process of developing. Very early on in my journey as a writer, and I'm still kind of trying to find my voice. But I'm loving the experience of trying to find it right now.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropical Ice.
You can find all of our Culture Club features by going right now to KUAM News YouTube channel. Up next, your Sports Roundup.
Santa Fe family. Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
I want my streaming. I want my TV. Ooh, streaming TV. Switch between live TV and your favorite streaming apps with DTV Plus from Docomo Pacific. Watch your shows in multiple devices all at the same time, all from your home Wi-Fi. No cable lines, no hassle, more savings for only $35 a month with your Link bundle. DTV Plus, your cable TV on Wi-Fi. Ooh, streaming TV.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together. KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
World Pickleball Champion Daniel Moore was on island conducting clinics at the UOG Cowboy Fieldhouse The event was open to intermediate and advanced players from Guam's pickleball community.
We're basically just doing a bunch of different drills on the major shots in pickleball to help players, think about strategy and just playing higher percentage shots and keeping the ball in play longer. Pickleball is really a game that, it's more about making less mistakes than about hitting the perfect, winner shot, or about power or height or anything like that. And that's one of the great things about it. But with just a little bit of strategy, you can really improve your game. And I'm trying to help local players think about some of those things that might help them improve.
We always have extra paddles, so we're more than, come on out, try it, see if you like it. And we're really in hopes of trying to get our own courts. And by what I mean our own courts is designated pickleball courts. Anybody can have them. Like UOG right now, we're using UOG's badminton court because it's the exact same dimensions as a pickleball court. So there's already existing lines. All I have to do is tape a kitchen.
Yeah, we really like to have different events here. I mean, we're doing fencing in our fitness room 2 or 3 nights a week. We're doing the pickleball, so we like to have a lot of new stuff here. It's one of the things that one of our purposes is to try to let as many folks in here as possible to get new things going, so we can hopefully continue on down the road. And we're going to change our tennis courts to have pickleball courts on them as well, because our tennis courts really don't get used that much. So we would really like to have the pickleball play a lot more out on the tennis courts.
In actuality, this is such a growing sport that if anybody sees the wherewithal, owning your own pickleball is a good financial investment.
Big shout out to all of the competitors who stepped onto the stage at the Michelob Ultra 2022 MPC Guam National Bodybuilding Championships. Men's overall classic winner was Renel Belecha. Men's physique overall champion was Joshua Kantara. Zoe Chargaloff won the women's bikini overall title. The House Angels remain undefeated in the Mecca division of the Guam National Youth Football Federation after handing the Packers their first loss of the season, 27-7. Team Elite were crowned champions in the U16 division of the KFC Youth Summer League after defeating the Sharks 52-42 in the title game.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G. KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam On Demand.
Welcome back. We wrap up the show with your birthday shout-outs. Here's Jason Salas.
Your weekend birthday shout-outs go like this. On Saturday, July the 30th, Kylie Gay, happy first birthday to you. We love you, and we wish you many more blessings today and every day. That's right. Jocelyn A. Regis also on Saturday. I want to wish my wonderful wife, Jocelyn, a happy born day. She was born on July 30th. Oops. That's literally what it says. May you have a bingo blackout day. You deserve it. From your honeydew, this honeydew that, and the Hoggett family. And on Sunday, July 31st, Francesca D. Guerrero Nieves, happy first birthday to Kika. Mommy, Daddy, and the family are so proud of you, and they say we love you.
You can be part of our Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by checking out KUAM.com.